So thanks everyone for joining us today. Appreciate you very much. Charlie Ray is here with us. He is going to be talking about, and of course I don't have this right in front of me, so apologies for that. He's going to be talking about focus and discipline. So that is going to be something that every founder is definitely going to want to check out. So without further ado, Charlie, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Adam, for just letting me be able to do this. The way that we're going to do this, guys, is we're going to have this set up for kind of a series. So we have multiple topics that we're going to do basically on Fridays, every other Friday. And one of the first ones is extremely important to start off the day is to get focused. And so today I'm going to actually help you guys understand what it is to get focused on and how to get focused in terms of your 90-day world. So quick background about me. I'm an EOS implementer. I'm an executive coach, business coach. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, you can scan that QR code. There's a ton of free resources. But let's do this thing. So basically, guys, we're going to go over some quick objectives. I want to hear from you. So this is not one of those webinars where it's just me teaching and talking the whole time. We're actually going to connect. I want you to be able to take yourself off mute, connect with each other. I've done hundreds of these. It's a lot more valuable when you can interact with the material and interact with each other. So those are the objectives: connect and collaborate. I want each of you to get focused on the right priorities and then commit to ruthless follow through. Okay. In terms of agenda, here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with a quick check-in. It'll be fast. I'm going to teach you the understanding of rocks. You're going to be able to apply that to yourself and have a much better mindset on what it means. What is a rock? A rock is a 90-day priority. And then we're going to go very quickly on what is a level 10 meeting, how to have a meeting that's extremely efficient and effective. And that's going to help you execute on the rock. So it's good to have priorities, focus, but let's get focused and stay focused. And then finally, I'll have some announcements at the end, and anything else that Adam, if you need to bring out, we'll do a checkout. So we are going to go for the full hour. So here we go. Let's start with a quick check-in. Go ahead and take yourself off mute and go ahead and answer these questions. We're going to go be professionally precise. So try to go in about 1 minute if you can. We can go 2 minutes if you need to go longer. Who are you? Who do you help? How do you help? What's one thing that's working well in your business? What's one thing that's not working well? And then finally, what's the number one result that you want from today? You can also type these in the chat so everybody can see. And whenever y'all are ready, we'll just start with the brave one and go to the left.
I'll go first. My name is Ben. Most of you probably don't know me, but I do a lot of I wear a lot of different hats. But in I guess the in this community, I try to help founders, help them by connecting with each other and providing a platform for free. I think that's one of the big challenges for founders is it's lonely at the top and everybody's trying to sell you something. So we provide this platform for founders to be able to connect with each other in a very low pressure environment where direct selling is not allowed, direct solicitation of investment is not allowed, and that really increases the caliber of both the founders and the investors that we get in this ecosystem. What is working well with that business? Participation is good and is up. Like people are participating actively in this community. And that's good. What is not working well, though, is the other side of that same coin. We have a lot of people who come in, they might participate for a day. They kind of have a learning curve with the Discord server. And then they either never engage or they engage for a week. And then when somebody doesn't write them a $10 million check for their company, they drop off. Number one result I'd love to see is just kind of being able to organize all that better and to, stay focused on success for the founders group. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate you
Awesome.
doing this.
Yeah. I went ahead and numbered you also. Adam, you're up next, and then Brandy, you'll be up after that. Great job being precise.
Gotcha. My name is Adam Meek. I, excuse me, have just taken 40 years worth of business acumen and stuffed it into a package called Knight Solutions Agency. Consulting, anything I could possibly think of, I'm able to do, like I was telling Kaju. The three things that I don't do is dev work. That is not for me. Financing, anything to do with finance in any way, shape, or form, that is slippery slope as well as HR. There's too many too many things that shift on a yearly basis. So it's just too difficult for me to keep up. So I shift all those things out to other people. I tend to have a very deep bench in terms of my network. So that is what I actually do, is help people in any way that I possibly can, and then farm out any help to other people in my network.
Cool.
So that is what I do. What's working well with my business? Just been making a lot of connections, which has been awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna poo-poo on that at all. What's not working well with my own business? I'm going to say my I guess I'm burned out on being the face of a company. So what I'm trying to do is transition to the back end and just
Yeah.
supply my services,
Cool.
so I don't have to do the sales portion of it. So I'm looking for something that is more permanent rather than me, constantly having to sell myself.
Yeah.
And the number one result that I wanted to walk out of today's webinar, just more education, more ammunition
Awesome.
I can, put in my back pocket.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Hey, just as he's going, guys, type in your answer so we can see it for each other as well. Brandy, you're up next, and then Victoria.
Okay, sorry about that. I didn't know if I typed my answers in the chat, but I'm Brandy Fife. I actually live in Curacao, and I'm currently working to bring glass recycling to the island. So my background is in education, not in sustainability or environmentalism, but that is a passion. So that is kind of where that comes from.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm really in the beginning stages of still kind of researching, and what is working well is building the network here on the island of people who can help and support this and want to be involved or want to connect me with people that have the ability to kind of make this happen. So what is not working well is just that I am a single person, and there's a lot to do, but I also have a full-time job as well. So kind of managing my time and figuring out how to stay motivated to
Yeah.
move forward. So
Hey,
that's kind
we
of,
all can relate. We can
yeah.
relate to that. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm looking at as far as this webinar today. So
Cool. Hey, thanks for being here. So glad to see you. If you want to take yourself off of the so we can see your face, we'd love to connect with a face with a name. Victoria, you're up, and then Fred. Great job being precise, guys. Good job. Right, a minute or two. Try to go real quick. Oh, you're muted, but we see you.
Okay,
Hello.
got
There you
the
are.
Hi, good morning. My name is Victoria Farias. I'm the founder of Smart Ups Health. We help independent practices by addressing and solving some of the common pain points. What's working well for the business right now is that I'm getting some early traction with beta clinics onboarding, so that's a win. What's not working well is, like Brandy mentioned, I mean, being running lean, being a founder, it can, it's a little
Yeah.
exhausting, but if you have passion there, it keeps pushing you through.
Yep. Yep.
And
Totally.
then what's the number one result? I guess just to learn more and see how I can focus as I scale and add on to my
Yeah.
team. So
Yeah. Can't do it all. Right. We're here to focus. Awesome. Fred, you're up, and then looks like a new Strot. Did I say that right? You'll be up next. Fred.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. My name is Freddy. I'm from Tanzania.
Great.
Yes. How can you? Uh, okay. I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate agent and property consultant. What is working well is my background in Tanzanian real estate and my experience in the sector. Some of the challenges we are facing is informality in the sector. And what's number one results is I want to learn more to be more organized and disciplined. Thank you.
Yes. Awesome. Fred, we'll have to connect. I have a client I'm working with in Tanzania, so that's kind of a small world. It's awesome. Okay, we got a new Strot, and then looks like Abdul, you'll be up next.
Hi everyone, my name is Anushat Mohanty. I'm a founder, and just working on my company. Within the group, I try to kind of provide my help and expertise wherever I can. If somebody's struggling with something more specific that I have a better idea about, I try to help out.
Yeah.
And with my company, what's working well is that I've been fortunate enough to really kind of leverage my network to kind of get some initial conversations in and
Yeah.
build some partnerships that have been super helpful. What's not
Totally.
working, I think, similar boat with a lot of the other solo founders here, kind of just feeling that I'm spread too thin, trying to tackle everything, and
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
just
Yep.
and trying to understand all the intricacies of how one decision affects the other, things like that. So yeah, just trying to account for all of that. My number
Okay.
one result that I would love to kind of walk out of today's webinar with is just kind of understanding how to prioritize certain things over others.
Great. Hey, and listen, as everybody's sharing, you may resonate with somebody, right? They may say, I need community. I need to leverage community. Reach out, right? This is part of the group. We're trying to all help each other. Okay, we got last two here. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay, thank you. You said I will be the up one. Abdul Shakur here. Actually, I'm starting my career. I'm also coming from Tanzania.
Okay.
Adam is the one who has introduced me to this group from Reddit.
Great.
So
Yes.
I'm currently working in business development at
Okay.
Bakresa Group, and I'm trying to help founders and people who are running businesses in business development, especially for their local context area. But also, I'm trying to become a founder myself. So for now, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to interact so that I can be capable when I want to excel. What is working well right now for me, actually, it is not in business, but in my personal development as well. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to catch up with people, and I'm trying to go global into different markets. What is
Yes.
not working well with me right now is actually I didn't yet figure out what I'm going to do, so I'm trying to do different things. So
Okay.
that's actually can be the thing. And the results I want from this, as what has been said, the challenge by Adam, people are not consistent. I just want to be consistent and I want to focus in what I start so that to
Yes.
execute as what I target. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah. Be consistent. Focus on the right things. Okay, Jules, last one. What you got?
Is my camera working?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, great. My name is Jules, and I'm a professional game master and amateur game designer and scientist, and I help everyone that is doing everything they can to help themselves. Because I do not enable, but I support.
Cool.
So my business is chugging along sometimes at a snail's pace and sometimes like a rocket ship. So making progress is something that's going well.
Yeah.
But I am an introvert trying to make it in an extroverted market. It's
Okay.
absolutely exhausting as the world is designed around attention grabbing for the sake of attention and not
Oh,
because of quality or good product, you know?
wow. Yeah.
So the number one thing I'd like to walk away with here is tools to help me cope with forcing myself to go against the very soul of my being. It's not just, oh, go
Okay.
out of your comfort zone. It's
Yeah.
akin to asking 30 people to go on a 2-year trip in space and I'm the only female. So
Uh,
getting people to understand that not as simple as being uncomfortable, it's a safety issue,
yeah.
especially in today's world, you know. So
Yeah.
tools to deal with that is something that I would look forward to.
Okay. Okay. So here's a pro tip for each of y'all. When we talk about focus, y'all just brought it up. There might be something that you're doing really well, you want to keep doing. There might be something that's not working that you want to fix, a problem you want to solve, a challenge you want to overcome. So as we move forward in today, be thinking about that. Again, I really appreciate y'all. Again, type it in the chat. If you have not put it in there already, want to make sure y'all are all connecting with each other. All right. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get everything rowing in the same direction. Now, if you're a founder and it's just you, these are your thoughts. Okay. You got to get your thoughts aligned in 100% on the same page. Now, if you have any employees, even one like me, I got a virtual assistant where it's a two-person team. you're building your team, you want to make sure everybody's rowing in the same direction. So question for you, are you managing human energy? So I got to give you context before we dive in, because the context here is I'm teaching you and trying to help you understand there is a method to the madness on running your business. You are a founder. There is a method to the madness. And so the EOS process is a entrepreneurial operating system. So just break it down. It's a business operating system. The system for how you operate your business, entrepreneur. Another way to say it's a way to structure and clarify your vision in order to achieve the vision, right? Clarify and simplify. And then another way to say it, just kind of saying the same thing over and over again. You're trying to get everybody rowing in the same direction to increase your execution. So that's the context. And you have to understand, we're going to talk about one specific component today, but specifically, you have to understand where this fits in the grand scheme. So your business is here at the center of the model, and there's really 6 key components. There's 6 key components, and the first one is vision. That's just where you're going, how you're going to get there. And so there are 2 disciplines in each key component on how to get stronger, better, more clear on your vision. And it's by answering 8 simple questions. We'll hit this on a future webinar and then get it shared by all. Now, the second key here is to have the right people in the right seat. Nod your head, thumbs up with me if everybody's kind of heard that concept. You got to get the right people, put them in the right seat. Again, we're going to save that topic for a future webinar, but you got to have great people to help you with your great vision. Okay. And then, Fred, you're thinking about data, and that's about making decisions. How do you make better decisions? I see that hand, Ben. We'll hold on 1 second. How do you make decisions off of fact, not feeling? So Brandy, when you're waking up every day, you come in on Monday morning, how do you know what a great week looks like? You have great vision, great people, great data. The issues component is really coming down to saying, how do we solve challenges? Now, we already talked about it. Those are challenges. How do you solve challenges? This is very important. At the root level, one time for the greater good of the organization, so they go away forever. You don't keep having repetitive issues. The process component is getting the most important things, Adam, done the right and best way every time. Again, we're going to do a deep dive on the process later. But when you're really thinking about this, okay, you're trying to say, get them documented. First, just document them. What are they? And then get them followed by all. Now, for the cherry on top here, we're going to talk about traction. And traction's about focus and discipline. So you guessed it. That's what we're going to focus on today, is we're going to focus on traction, because it is about focus and discipline. Vision without traction is hallucination. Okay, Ben, quick question.
No, I had a joke, but it's not timely anymore, so I'll skip it.
Not timely anymore.
Thank you.
No worries. He's always got the joke during the class. So what I want to help you understand is this is context. This is context. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to specifically look at rocks, and then how do you actually lock your rocks in. So we're going to look at what is a rock, review a rock, and then I'm going to challenge y'all to actually set a rock, at least one. You will walk out of here today in the next, 25, 35 minutes, focused on at least one of your highest priorities. Okay. So we're going to do that. Let's review what a rock is. A couple quotes here. If everything's important, nothing's important. Okay. So Victoria, less is more. Let's do less better, Brandy, right? Think about this. What absolutely must get done in the next 90 days? So when you hear the term rock, just think 90-day priority. So Jules, where did it come from? It was popularized by Stephen Covey, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And really what we're looking at here is just prioritization. Okay. What do you focus on first? So here's the analogy. Your day is like that glass jar. You have 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. And so what do you focus on first? You have to prioritize. And so if you look at maybe perhaps the rocks are the most important things that you got to get done today. The pebbles are, medium. They're kind of important. The sand is, email, admin, and then the water is distraction, everything else. Most of the time we wake up, and what's the first thing we do in the morning? We go straight to the phone. We go straight to email. We go straight to reaction mode. And then next thing you know, your day is starting to get away from you. You're like, got to make that call, got to make that prospect call. And next thing you know, it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you haven't done it. Your rocks don't fit. Instead, reverse the order. Do the most important things first. Put first things first. Okay. So this rock analogy is important. Now, this is just from a perspective of 24 hours. But Adam, what if you took that out to the 90-day world? In the 90-day world of saying, in the next 90 days, what am I going to focus on? What's the most important thing for the next 90 days? So let's talk about why. Why does this matter? So think about it, a new straw. Think about it like this: focus, alignment, and accountability. Even just with your own thoughts, you're trying to get focused and stay focused. You're trying to get your rest of your team aligned and then accountable, right? That's why this matters. Another key word here is discipline. It's so easy to try to just, get focused, but then we get distracted. You immediately get unfocused again. So think about it. Ray, great to meet you. Go ahead and put some of your answers in the chat, Ray, for the check-in. But you got to be disciplined to stay focused. If you get focused and you use discipline to stay focused, what happens to your execution? It goes off the chart. So let's review how to set it, and then we're going to actually set a rock, and you're going to share. You're going to share at least one with the group, by the way. So get ready to be a little vulnerable here. So here's the first tip. I want to just give you guys 3 simple tips. Pro tip number 1, make it SMART. Okay, this has been a heavily researched acronym. Make it SMART. So when you set a priority, when you're setting a rock, you're about to do it, make it specific. Make it measurable. How would you measure, Ben, that you're getting progress? Victoria, how would you know it's attainable? Is it attainable? All right. Is it relevant? That kind of goes back to that bottom one. Is it the right rock? Is it the most important thing this quarter? Because Brandy, maybe next quarter you need to focus on it. Abdul, maybe it's something that is very important, but that needs to happen in 2026, not now. Not right now. So that's okay. We're going to have to narrow down in the next 90 days. And notice in the EOS framework, the methodology that I teach, we actually teach you set your rocks, your 90-day priority in light of your 1-year plan. We'll talk about that more later, but it's really trying to say, you're trying to say, what do I have to get done in the next 90 days? So that's your pro tip number 1. Pro tip number 2, milestone. So question for you. Have you ever had set a New Year's resolution goal and you're like, oh, I'm doing good. And then all of a sudden the due date comes and you didn't get it done. Why? Maybe you missed a milestone. So a milestone is just to say, what does done look like? Okay. In 30 days, in 60 days, and then in 90 days. And I'll give you guys a great example. Let's say you need to hire a key employee. You want to hire somebody, whether that's a virtual assistant or the next person, right people, right seat. In 90 days, the rock is hire them. The 30-day rock is interview 10 people. The 60-day milestone is actually to narrow it down and have a second interview with about 3 or 4 of them. So let's talk about human psychology, procrastination. We all go back to our school days. We all did this. Okay. You set your rocks, and then the paper was due, right? First day of school. And then what happened for the whole semester? You just procrastinate. And then all of a sudden, right before the paper's due, you're rushing and rushing and rushing. There's a flurry of activity at the end. Everybody raise your hand, nod your head with me if that resonates. We all procrastinate. Okay, we all do it. And so let's actually have spikes of accountability, right? So Ben, let's shorten it. The ultimate goal, though, is that the execution curve. And the execution curve is really just starting off strong and finishing even stronger. So let's put it back in the context of what we're doing. You are about to set at least one priority. You probably already have it in your head. You're already thinking. So I want you to break it down. In the next 90 days, what is done? And then so what would be a milestone 1 in 30 days and 60 days? That's a very, very helpful tip to help you set better rocks and actually accomplish them. The last pro tip for you, if you're going to set a rock, let's be proactive and think through what are obstacles, Fred, that might come up. Ray, when you're thinking about setting your rock a 90-day priority, what are some obstacles? And then think about it, Abdul. How will you overcome those obstacles? Okay, so Adam, you're being super clear. You're setting your rocks. You're setting a milestone. You're making it SMART, and you're going to go ahead and come up with an obstacle. So we're going to do a quick exercise here, and then we're going to share with each other. I want you guys to think 90 days out. I already put the date there, December 11th. Okay, visualize. Take 5 quiet minutes, and I want you to go ahead and set at least one. You can do multiple. I would encourage you 3 to 7 is what we teach. Less is more. 3 to 7. You're not doing more than 7. Okay, less is more. And the final tip here is write it like this. Done is. Okay, so Done is, and then fill in the blank, Jules. Brandy, you're thinking, okay, is this rock smart? Test yourself. Use it a little checklist. I want you guys to take 5 minutes. I'm going to set a little timer. And then you're going to share. You're going to share one. You can do multiple, but share the one that you want to share with the group. Oh, also be sure to brainstorm here as you guys are doing this. I'm going to ask you to share your one. If you want to go ahead and type it in the chat once you have it, but I would encourage y'all to come up with 3 to 7. Okay, 3 to 7. As you are doing this, come up with 3 to 7. You're going to pick one that you're going to share. And you can go ahead and type it in the chat whenever you feel ready. Now, if you got done early, go back and create a milestone. So what's done in 90 days, go back and think through what's a milestone. 30 days, 60 days. And then if you get done with that, think about some obstacles. And how will you overcome those obstacles? So you can get a lot of work, a lot of proactive thinking here. We got about 2 more minutes. I want everybody to have plenty of time. This is extremely important. You cannot do it all. Narrow your focus. What has to get done? Okay, I'm going to start reading some of these as they come up here. So great job so far. We got about a minute and a half. Ben Wiggins, you're saying you're done is 1,000 chats per week in the Founders Group Discord. Let's go. So you can set some really easy milestones right there. 30 days, get yourself to 333. Okay. Done is securing, this is a new strat. Done is securing 5 to 10 pilot clients. Okay, great. So milestone, get 2 in the next 30 days, you know, and then get yourself 3 more in the next 60 days. Okay, Brandy, done is get a preliminary contract with a buyer of glass cullet. Here we go. Adam, man, look at this guy. He's got multiple here. Okay. I'm just going to read the top one. Carve out more time to network during your day. So right there, that one could be more specific. Well, how much time?
Great question.
Right? What is success? Like, how do you
Yeah.
know? What would success be in the next 90 days?
At least an hour.
Yeah, an hour. So
Okay.
if you take that out 90 days, like an hour a week. Okay, timer's up. Pencils down. So hopefully that was a helpful exercise for y'all. And again, we won't have time to hear from everybody, but I would like to hear maybe from 2 or 3 of y'all if y'all want to share. I'm just reading them out loud here in the chat as well. You can kind of see me picking on Adam. Make it specific. Make it measurable. How will you measure it, right? Let's look at Jules real quick. Rock is successful launch of your Kickstarter. 60-day milestone is stretch goals on page, and 30-day is milestone is 5 to 7 tiers laid out. Yeah, there you go. So see, Jules, just by doing that, now you kind of have a roadmap of what to focus on. And that's just one. You can do that with your others as well. I'll read one last one, and then I'd like to have a couple of you share. Abdul Shakur, done is expand my LinkedIn network by connecting with at least 200 professionals. See, well, that is very specific. There you go. In consulting, finance, and investment to strengthen my visibility, career opportunity, and business development coaching. Excellent. So the more specific, measurable, attainable, relevant you can make it, the better. Here's another test for y'all is to say, how can I be more specific? How can I actually measure this, right? That's why I like using the language done is, because it's just black and white clear. Attainable. Is this really attainable? 200? Is 200 really obtainable? Okay. And then is it relevant? Is this the best? Is this the highest and best use of my time? You don't get your time back, so use it wisely. And then finally, is it time bound? When will this be accomplished? And it's baked into the process. So let's have maybe 2 or 3 of you just take yourself off mute and share your rock and really share what you learned from even this exercise. How was this helpful? This was quick, but was it helpful? What was helpful about it?
I didn't put mine in the chat. Sorry about that.
Go
He said
ahead.
pencils down and I hadn't submitted.
You're good. Pencils down. There you go. What you got? Do you want to share with us what you're focused on?
Yeah, I said done is 15 clinics signed and onboarded within 90 days, a playbook that gets them operational in 7 days, and ROI reports capturing revenue within 30 days.
See, and the milestones are so clear. So now you can track progress, right? So what was helpful, Victoria, just about doing that exercise?
I think setting out the being like intentional about the time, the milestones, and then thinking through what obstacles. So I think just
Yeah.
yeah, writing everything down, I think is
Yeah.
helpful.
Totally. Get the things that are in your head out on paper and let's write it down. And the obstacles and the overcome is important because there's going to be things that come in and derail you. What's going to pull at your attention? So proactively think through how you're going to overcome it. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. Who wants to share? Anyone else? Victoria, you're on an island. You're the brave one. Oh, Ben. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'll take a shot. So we're addressing like these
Yeah.
criteria, Charlie.
Yeah.
So yes, specificity, like 1,000 chats a week. Like, and really it's about that's about how, like, is the community helping people? How much are they engaging? So specific, it feels pretty specific, measurable. Yeah, we got the stats. Attainable, I think it's attainable. We're at about 450 a week right now, and it sometimes up into the 500s. So, close the gap like 600 in 30 days, 800 in 60 days, 1,000 in
Yeah.
90 days. Relevant, is this the best and most relevant rock? I think so. Like, we're not trying to make money with the founders group. It's really just but it's still very much about providing something that is a valuable service for people,
Yes.
and time bound, 90
90
days.
days.
That's
There you
that's
go.
the so I think we're
Yeah.
holding ourselves to the standard.
So the key here is, again, you cannot do it all. So it's like, okay, to really move the needle for the founders group, what do we need to get done? And that is a needle mover. That is something that's going to have some tremendous uh, input and action. So I hope that y'all's reflection time was powerful. Again, part of reflection is you need time to self-reflect, and then you also need time to group reflect. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're tapping into adult learning theory. We like to engage with the material. We like to engage with each other. So let's talk about putting it all together and then do a quick checkout here. So one of the concepts here is you have to understand this principle of the 90-day world. The 90-day world, here's how it looks like, okay? So Adam, every 90 days, one day out of the 90 days, one day per quarter, you're going to do an entire offsite. It's a quarterly offsite every single quarter. Now, one of those is going to be a 2-day offsite, and that's for you to slow down and get strategic. Think about the 7 habits of highly effective people. Stephen Covey. It's taking time to sharpen the saw. You're taking time to get clear on what just happened the past 90 days and where am I going to go the next 90 days. So we just set it. We just set your rock. So now in 90 days, you're going to do a session with yourself, at least a couple hours, right? Ideally, you spend a whole business day, but you're going to refocus and recenter and realign. Where are we going the next 90 days? And you do a 2-day at the end of the year. So just thumbs up, nod your heads if you're with me on this 90-day cycle. You live here forever. Michael Gerber, E-Myth, you're taking 90 days to work in the business and then 1 day to work on the business. There's a difference. Okay, work in the business. So what do you do in between the 90 days? You do a weekly level 10 meeting. The level 10 meeting is a meeting that starts on time and ends on time. It's the same day at the same time. And you follow a very specific, ruthless, focused, effective, efficient agenda. Let's talk about that. So this is what I'm going to challenge y'all to do. We are going to do a deep dive on this, I think, in the 3rd session. So we're just going to give an overview right now. But what is a level 10 meeting? You might be thinking, Fred, what is this? Fred, you're just like, what's a level 10? Jules, a level 10 meeting, you start with a quick 5 minutes. You're just going to start with 5 minutes. Good news, personal, professional, kind of like we did today. Personal, professional check-in. If you're a team of 1, it's just you. Do this. Discipline yourself to do this. And then if you hire somebody, you bring on your team, you and your team need to do this. So the second thing is scorecard. Now, we didn't talk about scorecard today, but a scorecard is just your KPI. It's your measurable. It's what does a great week look like? And you're saying I either did or I did not do it. And so we're going to do a deep dive on scorecard in the future, but the rock review is where this shows up. So Ben, let's go back to your example here. You're looking at your rocks and you're like, okay, we're averaging 450. We need to get to 600 in the next 30 days. That was your first milestone. Am I on track or off track? Okay, so this is where the rock comes in. Is everybody with me on this? You're reviewing your rock and you're literally saying out loud, here's my rock, I'm on track, or I'm off track. And if you're off track, let's find a way to get back on track. Customer employee headlines is how are your customers doing, how are your employees, and then is there a to-do list, right? Last week you solved a bunch of stuff. So now this week you're trying to say, did you do it? How fast is this? A new strat, how fast are we going? 25 minutes. It's quick. Anytime, Brandy, you run into an issue, you say drop it down. And the rest of the time, you go into what we say, Victoria, IDS. It's identify, discuss, solve. You're basically solving problems at the root level one time for the greater good. Now, the level 10 meeting must end on time. So Jules, how do you end the meeting? You do a to-do recap. That means in the next 7 days, what am I going to focus on? Are cascading messages. Brandy is saying, is there any messages I need to communicate out to the rest of my team or the rest of my customers? And then finally, rating. So Abdul, the most important thing of this entire thing is rating the meeting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do we do today? Did we start on time? Did we end on time? Was it the same day, same time? Did we follow this agenda ruthlessly with focus and discipline? And if you did, give it a 10. It was a great meeting. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was a level 10. And if somebody says, no, I think it was a level 7, why? Ask why, and say, well, how can we make it, Adam? How can we get it to a level 10 next week? So I want to challenge y'all right now. When are you going to do your level 10 meeting? Okay. If you're going to have a team with you, I would encourage you to separate a facilitator and a note taker, because it's hard to do both. Okay. When are you going to do it? What day? What time? Who's going to be the facilitator? Who's going to be the note taker? You know what to do. Get your fingers going. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Look at your calendar right now. Lock this in. You do not miss this meeting. Every single week for the next 12 weeks, you're going to commit to this level 10 meeting. I'll tell you when I do mine. 9 a.m. Monday mornings. I love doing it on Monday mornings. I'm focused. I'm locked in. I get ready for the week. Monday mornings, 9 a.m. I'm not missing. So for you, when are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? If you do nothing else, just ask yourself, am I on track or off track with the rocks? And then what do I need to focus on this week and solve some problems? You could literally do those 3 things, and you could start the discipline of having a level 10 meeting. Now, again, we're going to do a deep dive on this tool later. So definitely come back if this is helpful for you. There is free resources on YouTube as well. You can watch a video I created on teaching how to do it. And if you want to reach out, I'd love to hop on with you and teach it to you in person or via Zoom. Okay, hopefully you guys are typing it in the chat. Type it in the chat. What day you're going to do this? Peer pressure. We're looking for positive peer pressure. Okay, Brandy. It's okay. Positive peer pressure. We're trying to encourage each other. Monday, 9 a.m. Victoria. Yeah, it works. It works well. Okay. I start my week off focused. And I would encourage y'all, if you have one other person, separate. One of you be the note taker, one of you be the facilitator. It's hard to do both. Hard to do both. Okay. Fred, type it in. Here we go. Level 10, Thursday, 8 a.m. Good. It's going to align the rest of the team in the meetings. Thursdays for Brandy, 1 p.m. All you. That's okay. Before I hired my virtual assistant last year, I just did it by myself. And, sometimes you can reach out to another founder actually and do it together. It's helpful that way. Adam, 11 a.m. Just you. Okay. Oh, that was Ben, you and Adam. Okay. Sunday, 7 p.m. Awesome. Okay. So I hope that was helpful for y'all. I kind of want to wrap up today with doing a quick checkout. And before I do, I just want to give you guys a snapshot of what's coming up next. So Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but we do have a couple more webinars within the group. It's going to be same time. So the next 2 we have is September 26th and October 10th. And we're going to do a deep dive into scorecard. And then on October 10th, we're going to look at what is the level 10 meeting. So we're going to unpack that discipline a lot deeper. Today, we were focused on rock. That was the main thing, how to create a 90-day world. You're putting some blinders on. There are 2 other events I want to just make y'all aware of. I am doing a local event. So I know, Ben, you're right across the street from me. But if any of y'all are local, would love to have y'all come and join. I'm doing one on AI and EOS. It's going to be great. And then we're doing one on it's kind of a lunch and learn, how to get organized and stay organized. If you feel like you don't have a good system for being organized, this is a free one. It's totally awesome. I would absolutely love to have you guys on it. I do it virtually every single month. So take a snapshot of those if you want. Let's look at some next steps here. Okay, in the next 90 days, here's my action and challenge to you. Focus on your rock. At least your 1. Hopefully you came up with 3. If you didn't come up with 3, I would challenge you to maybe spend later today to come up with 3 this weekend. Okay. And then Adam, how do you lock in your rocks? You do a level 10 meeting. It keeps you on track. Okay. I can't see y'all's faces, but give me like a thumbs up and a nods if you're with me. Are you with me on doing a level 10 meeting? Everybody with me? Let's be disciplined. Okay. And I'm going to give you a free resource here as well. So the number 1 resource is me. If you want to reach out to me, there's my cell phone. But you can also email me. But there's an amazing software called 90.io, and you get a 30-day free trial. I use it because it simplifies things. I don't like overcomplicating things. I want it simple. It timestamps how to do the level 10 meeting. You literally just start it. So it's a great resource. I would encourage you to check it out. You could try it for 30 days. You don't have to pay for it. 30 days, just try it. But the key is use a system. Some people like Notion. Some people like, their They're Google. They use some sort of Google Drive. Whatever works for you. This is a system that a lot of my clients and I personally use, and it's phenomenal. It's super easy to streamline. Okay, I got 3 questions for y'all. Okay, 3 questions. As usual, I'd like you to type it in the chat, and then I might ask a few of you to share out loud. Here's the question. What's one thing you learned about yourself? One thing you learned about yourself. Man, I procrastinate. Man, this is awesome. I love this. I love community, right? What's an action in the next 7 days? In the next 7 days, what's one action that you want to take? By the way, that's your first to do. Put it on your to-do list. And then finally, what was your key takeaway? I know we went fast. We talked about a lot. This is recorded. You'll get a recording of this. It's going to be on YouTube, right, Adam? So you can go back and watch it. But I want to know, what was your one key takeaway from today? What was something that was really helpful? Type it in the chat, and then I'm going to call on a couple of you to share. And that's all we got for today. All right, I'm going to start reading some of them as they show up. Here we go. Ben, you learned that you need to get your energy up on the webinars that you lead. This was great. Action is to keep driving engagement every day. Yes, yes, I would encourage you to be more specific on that action. Highlight, glad to see members are hyped for this. Let's go. I know. Yeah, me too. This is great. So when you set your action, just think in the next 7 days, what are you going to focus on? What's a specific thing you're going to focus on the next 7 days? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the encouragement. This is good. Fred, thanks for being here, Fred. It was awesome getting engaged with you. What did you learn? You learned about the level 10 meeting. That's awesome. You will start doing these next Monday. That's your action. Yep. Yeah, the level 10 meeting is an absolute game changer. It really is glue. It is the glue that holds everything together. Okay. I'm hearing some typing. I'm hearing some typing. This is good. Let's not just be learners, okay? Let's not just learn. Let's do. What are you going to do? What's going to be different in the next 7 days? Brandy, great to hear from you. Thanks for engaging here. I'm not great at putting these things down on paper. Yeah, listen, we went fast. It's 5 minutes, okay? In a typical setting, when I work with some of the clients I work with, we take like an hour or two. So you're okay. But I did want to introduce this to you to get your brain going fast. You can get better at this by just doing it more. So like take the rest of the weekend and come up with 3 to 7 and just lock them in and then get them into your level 10 meeting. So it's okay, right? Fail forward. Clarity comes through action. So take action. You'll get more clear. Getting yourself a schedule. Yes, 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 yes. Super helpful. Your key takeaway was just get organized and set appointments with yourself. Why not? Why not start setting a meeting with yourself every single week? Same day, same time. Starts on time, ends on time. Really effective and efficient agenda. Okay. Abdul Shakur, I was connecting with the wrong people, but here I learned a lot and connected well today. Excellent, man. Yeah, it was awesome. I have to keep learning to execute, focus. I have to forget the noise and focus. Yes. If everything's important, nothing is important. So you have to learn to say no to the good, to say yes to the best. Okay, shout out to John Maxwell. Great lifelong learner. All right, Anushra, here we go. Learn what you need to properly track your goals, not just keep it in your head. I know, come on, man. Let's go, track it, all right? If you say you want to get it done, write it on paper. Research suggests if you write it down, you're going to have a much better, higher probability of getting it done. And if you say it out loud and you tell others about it, you're publicly sharing, you're actually going to follow through a lot better. So your action, create an accountability system to track your rocks and milestones. The great news is you don't have to really create anything. You just got to implement what you learned today. The accountability system is that level 10 meeting. Highlight, utilize the tools and knowledge that you have to do things in a more organized way. Excellent. And then Adam, I'll let you share yours. Adam, go ahead and share your checkout.
Oh, good Lord. As much as I detest a schedule that's outside my control, I semi-detest giving myself a schedule. So that is my number one thing.
That's what you learned. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation with Kaju, who was on the other meeting. I think he's here today, but he and I were talking about how I actually carve out time for myself and actually do the focus work. And I am going to, let me see if I can grab that really quick, and I can. There is a guy that I absolutely adore. He is great in marketing, gives a lot of opportunities and whatnot. I'm going to put that link in there, but he offers these Pomodoro techniques, 25
Yes.
working
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
on, 5 minutes off, but he does
It
music
works.
behind it. And yeah, you're sitting there looking at a screen with him working, and you're not alone. So it quote unquote gives you accountability. And that's one of the things I want
Cool.
to talk with Ben and somebody else, others in the group. If we can maybe set up an accountability program
Yeah.
through our Discord server.
Oh,
I don't know how to do that. I'm just throwing the idea out there. If somebody has any ideas, reach out to me on Discord. So
cool.
that's the big thing. Second thing was carve out a couple hours a week to actually network and do weekly meetings with myself, which I kind of sort of do anyway, but they're generally not
Yeah.
uh, uh, focused, I guess is the best way to put it.
Totally. Yeah. So it's
So
so easy to get distracted, and that's why structure actually gives you more freedom. So if you're a founder and you want more freedom, get yourself a little bit of structure, because then you can actually say, okay, I don't have to worry about how this works. It's the same thing every time. And now you can use your creative energy for problem solving and actually creating new opportunities and new networking. So I really appreciate y'all's time today. Again, if y'all have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. There's my email, there's my phone number. Check out my YouTube channel. I do have a video teaching the level 10 meeting if you want to check it out. But in the next 90 days, okay, focus on the priorities that matter most. If everything's important, nothing's important. So I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer if you want to. If not, we'll end early. Have a great Friday. Have an amazing weekend, everybody. And we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.